This is part 8, part 7, no, part 8. Hopefully the last part, because the last video that I made, I thought that it was part 10. It wasn't, and it ended up being like 22 minutes long. So either I'll cut this into 2 pieces and make it a solid 9, or I'll finish it all. Okay, there's just a lot of like key things that happen here that really like turn my life around. So I guess I'll start with the first one. I had a car because my dad, one of my cars I moved to Albuquerque with got stolen. So there's that, but that's not important. The point is I didn't have a car, and then I had a car, and then that car I ended up actually totaling because I was on the way home from, whenever I moved out to my grandpa's, I still wasn't doing well. I started drinking with him too, and what ended up happening was I was driving home from someone's house from doing something I probably shouldn't have been doing, hooking up, and I ended up like totaling my car that night, and I never took the yellow. I was driving, and the light turned yellow, and I was like going left, and then that car sped up, I sped up, and they were really far, and then they were like really close, and my eyes were open the whole time, so I like saw everything, and which is good. I should have had my eyes on the road. Not funny. I could have lost my life, you know. But it's like they were driving like this, and they hit me, boom, and then I went all the way around like this. Like our passenger sides collided. And so, yeah, I thought that God was like mad at me and like hated my life, and I was just so upset. Like I wanted to have God in my life, but I guess I wasn't prepared for like giving him my whole heart, you know what I mean? And so it was just silly. It was just silly. I ended up calling my grandfather, like, come pick me up, because he was doing better from when he wasn't doing better. And then, so, like, he gets there, and I really just wanted someone to be there with me, you know what I mean? And I could have called 1,001 other people, and I decided to call him for whatever reason. Not because I didn't want to bother anyone. Like, I just feel like sometimes I don't want to bother God with like, my stuff, because I feel like unimportant or something. But anyways, I called him. He comes by and he's like assessing the situation, and then he decides that he's gonna leave, and for me to call him back when the tow truck got there. The tow truck got there, and I just walked home. I was like, no, I don't care. And so I walked to the house, and after that, I guess like he wasn't doing well again. After a while, fell off the wagon like I did. Like I realized this. Making the last video that I made for this video, that we were going kind of like mimicking each other. I would fall off the wagon, then he'd fall off the wagon. What can you do? But wow. And so anyways, he I left that place. I couldn't live there anymore. I moved into this room actually, and I was still drinking. I was still like getting involved with people I probably shouldn't be involved. I'm actually really glad that the last video didn't get uploaded, because I said some things that I probably were a little bit too much. But basically, I started getting involved with somebody that I shouldn't have been involved with, and I felt very trapped, and I was getting everything I wanted, everything I needed, everything I thought I needed, you know. And next thing you know, I'm hanging out with even more wrong people. Like, not wrong people, because people aren't wrong. I was hanging out with people that were doing bad things. And, you know, it was a very hostile environment. But, I finally left that situation, and I was I kind of like isolated myself from everybody. So like I started to like have this like huge like sadness in my heart, like overwhelming like deepness in my life, and so I decided that I was gonna call my dad and just talk to him about everything that I was experiencing. And I was like, I finally just asked him. I was like, why is my life this way? I was like, I can't stop doing this. I can't stop that word. Can't. I can't. And he was like, yes, you can. And he's like, the only reason your life is like this is because you're making it this way. And I was like, oh, like I finally understood what he was talking about. Like he's been telling me that my whole life, but it didn't actually like sink into me until he said it like that, because I was finally willing to be able to like look in that direction and look for help. And so like I changed my life around, and I literally like got on my knees and I started praying for the situation in my life to change. And I wanted to give my life back to God and bring service to him, you know, the Great Commission. Like I just wanted to serve other people and serve my family, and you know, I still have that job that I got that my grandfather was like, you need to get a job, and I was like, so I ended up staying with that job, the longest job I've ever kept so far. I've been in food since I was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I'm 22 years old. So, oh wow. I've been in food for 7 years, off and on, like here and there, and doing like side jobs, and like I said, I was prostituting and doing all these terrible things. Anyways, it took me that long for me to actually like get my act together. This is somebody that grew up mostly in the church and never really found God, you know? I thought I did. And in a lot of ways I did. I was able to experience his mercy, but it's totally different than actually knowing who he is and what he stands for, and walking in obedience and actually loving him back, you know what I mean? And so I've been walking with God in obedience for honestly since December of 2018. Like fully immersed. Like I gave my heart back to God whenever I was talking to my father on the phone, which was last summer. But I didn't actually like go all the way in until last December. And this has literally been the largest, most best, most awesome thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life. And I had active participation in it, you know what I mean? God was allowed me to participate, you know, we're co-creators with him. And I just love him so much. And not being I've been doing NoFap now. I'll probably make videos about that because that seems to be really popular, and I don't see many like Christians doing NoFap. It's all like these new age people, and it's like, okay, they have a head up on us, guys. Like we really need to like get this under control. Anyways, so that's the whole thing. Like I've been doing NoFap since then. I haven't had a cigarette since then. I haven't had anything. Like I just literally like stopped associating with people that don't follow God to the best of their ability, you know. Like I don't hang out with people that do drugs. I don't hang out with people, you know, that are gonna be a bad influence on me, and I don't allow myself to be bombarded by demonic activity, you know. There's a lot of oppression that happens, but you just gotta keep going. Like there's always gonna be oppression while we're living on this earth. Like the devil came to Jesus in so many different ways and tried to attack him through so many different people, and we just gotta like keep on, like chug along. Like it should just give you joy every time you get that. And honestly, for me, it does give me a lot of joy, because I'm like, I'm gonna get over this. I'm gonna be stronger, and it always gives me something. Like look around each corner, and you know, I'll be honest, like some days I don't always feel God, and that gives me like such strong faith. Like I'm like, but I know that he's with me, and I know that God's gonna like so many good things have happened in my life since then. Like I started going to school again, but actually for something I really care about and want to go to school for, which is medical missionary work. I started eating right, and that's the only reason I'm sick now, is literally because I was not eating right for like just a handful of days. That's all it takes, really. That's all it takes, literally. Um, and so it's just been a journey of love and mercy, and I'm actually going to a wedding soon. I'm so excited. Desire and Mercy are getting married. How awesome is that? Desire and like that is literally the story of my life. Desire and Mercy. I love them, and I love weddings, and I just can't wait to see like Jesus come back in the clouds, and he's coming soon, guys. Like, you just gotta keep on keeping on, guys, and keep the faith, and don't let anything hold you back. Not even yourself. If you feel yourself holding yourself back, don't do it. Don't let go. It's that little lump of pride that you gotta get over, and then trust me, like it just keeps getting better. Like, and even when it doesn't look like it's getting better, trust me, there's some stuff going on in here. Same-sex attraction for me doesn't even pop into my head anymore unless it's like a fierce flashback, and usually those are really healing for me because I'm able to understand something in a way that I didn't before. So trust me, if you want to let the healing flow, you gotta turn on the love flow. I don't know what that means, but I think you know what I mean. I just say weird stuff because they rhyme. But yeah, I love you guys, and I hope that you get something out of this, and I hope that you get to experience Jesus in a way that he changes your life, you know what I mean? And God bless you guys, and let this be the beginning of our journey. Amen.